Good morning and happy Mother's Day, everybody. It is the DAG Show Live, and I am the DAG, and this is the DAG. Lady Di, good morning. Happy Mother's Day, sweetheart.
Thank you.
It's good to see you. You look beautiful as always.
So do you. Thank you. Happy Mother's Day to everyone watching. I just want to, can I really quick before you go into a song in the intro, I just want to dedicate today to all the moms that have actual vaginas that gave birth. Yeah, and no, seriously, dedicating this to my mother and your mother. They're troopers because they have to deal with us, and everything that they go through. But one girlfriend in particular, Kathy, who has lost her son, I'm dedicating today's show to you for being an absolute amazing mom and girlfriend to me. I love you, and this is for you.
Oh, that's sweet. Well, we got a busy day planned and a busy show planned for you today. So let's not waste any time. Let's get to it while we give you guys a chance to join in to the conversation on this lovely Sunday and Mother's Day. We're going to hit you with some Death Pop Radio here right now, and this is a song called Fuck It. We'll be right back.
I'm only here to see you dance. following show contains language and situations that may be offensive to most people. The views portrayed in the following program are solely the views of the DAG and or guests of the DAG Show and may offend, anger, disgust, hurt, outrage, shock, antagonize, annoy, nauseate, and occasionally disgruntle listeners. Do not use the DAG Show if you're allergic to the DAG Show or any ingredients of the DAG Show. Please use discretion while listening to the DAG Show around monkeys, feral cats, rabbis, baristas, retired city workers, persons named Tom, Olympic cyclists, your mother's ass, third shift Amazon workers, and or past members of the Mormon Tabernacle Choir. If you have any problems listening to the following show, shove them. No one cares, because he's the DAG and you're not.
Hold on, I gotta tag some people! Except you people.
Good morning, everybody, and happy Mother's Day once again to all the beautiful mothers out there, including yourself, the beautiful Lady Di.
Thank you.
We have a lot to discuss today, and we're looking forward to having these conversations. So let's get this party started here. I mean, before we go too far here, we've had a crazy couple of weeks. Lots of work we've been doing around the house. And
the pool's coming down.
The pool is coming down, finally. And,
but what are we going to do with the ducks?
I don't know where the ducks are going to go.
What did you name them?
I didn't name them. Did I name them? I don't remember.
Yes.
I don't recall what I named them. It's kind of they're mallards, and so one's a drake. The mom is a drake.
The mom's a hen.
A hen, and
the father is a drake.
Is a drake.
The male is a drake.
And I guess they mate for life, right?
Yeah. So do geese.
So geese do the same thing.
So when you hunt, not that I'm against hunting, because it's a tradition, it's a sport, it's controls the population, and it provides a necessity of food to a lot of people. But when you kill them, that's why you shoot for the male, because the hen obviously is the one that produces, right? But when you sever that relationship, it's for life. They don't mate again with another fowl. Yeah, that's it.
Wow, that's kind of weird.
Yeah, well,
I mean, it's
that's true
kind
love.
of romantic.
It's true,
but it's the same too. The husband duck and the wife duck, and they come and swim in the dirty pool.
They love that dirty pool.
Yeah. And they're out there all the time, and they don't really fly away. They're hard to spook because they're so used to.
They're used to the dogs because they know.
Right.
I mean, they get it. They're territorial.
And we have the bunnies over here
Now
in
we
the
got
Emerald
rabbits.
Forest. So anyway,
and hummingbirds just showed up.
Hummingbirds. It's like a little jungle here.
No, jungle. Can we tone it down and call it like a fantasy garden or something?
Yeah, it's an animal sanctuary. But it's cute. We have the bunnies on the side of the house, and they're
running past the window, and
yeah,
it's like Easter.
So we've got. I want to talk about this here because we've got this coming up this week. This event over at my brother's drum shop, at Mike's drum shop. I'm interviewing Mike, and at the drum shop, this was all his idea. So he likes to play this it wasn't his idea. This was all his idea. We had a phone call, and he's like, well, how come you never interview me? I go, I'll interview you anytime. When do you want to do it? So we had it set up for the 3rd. We couldn't do it on the 3rd. There's a lot going on, and we decided you had a surprise set up for him, and that surprise is Tyler Holcomb. Tyler
from Ara.
From Ara, the lead singer for Ara, and my brother Mike is the drummer from Ara. So we thought it would be a cool tie-in to surprise him. Well, the surprise kind of got all blown out of the water. So we decided to do this at the drum shop. We're going to have a live performance. Mike does Rock the Shop on Tuesdays there, right? Which is musicians get together, we get pizza, we just talk rock and roll. Jim Morris from Chicago Drum is almost always there. Mike Hansen comes when he's in town. A lot of other locally famous people show up.
Normally people would just show up on that night as a normal weekly thing, and then when you go there all the time, and you're like, why don't we make this like a special event?
Oh, and Mike didn't want to do it.
We bring food. Well, we bring stuff, but other people bring all kinds of food and stuff and hang out, and
people, everybody shows up, and we just have a really nice time and talk rock and roll for hours on end, and
promote the drum shop. That's a cool thing.
Yeah, it's a great way to promote the drum shop. And I will say this: one of the things women always keep saying that they think they're not invited or allowed to this thing. For the love of God, please, ladies, if you're man, come with your man if you go to the drum shop, because you hate going. You've gone.
No, I don't hate going. I like going for a few hours, but then it's just like
it goes on all night too.
It's drums after drums after video after drums, and it's like, I don't know, maybe if you had a cute little table for
it's a Todd Suckerman drums fest.
If there was a cute little table for us to actually sit, but I'm finding like a throne to sit on all night, and it goes till like 1 a.m, and I've had it. I'm in the car sleeping by 11.
Well, and there's no other women there, so it drives Diana nuts. And she's like, can other ladies come? And the last one I was at, which was a couple of weeks ago, some of the ladies from these other drummers' wives were going to come.
Patty was there.
Well, Patty wasn't there last week.
Right.
Patty,
when I was there, it was fun. Patty,
she comes sometimes, but she comes generally when Mike Hansen's there. Mike Hansen's out on tour right now on the East Coast, so he from Hurricane and the other 84 bands he plays in. When he's there, Patty's usually there. But, I'd like to see more ladies come. Wives come, because then Diana has somebody to talk to when Diana goes. Otherwise, because last time she's like, I don't want to go.
Yeah, all the men
I'll be across the street drinking margaritas.
All the men want to, teach me something new on the drum kit, which I already know. I don't need any lessons anymore. But they all want to, try this die and see what you think of this new tap thing on the drum beat. I don't know. And they want to dance with me, and it's like, yeah, I don't know. I'm kidding.
Bob Bailey says, Happy Mother's Day, Di.
Thank you, Mr. Bailey.
So we got some things to talk about here. And I mean...
How about these flowers my boys gave me?
Yeah, very beautiful.
Ryan and Joshua, I love you with all my heart. Thank you.
Yes.
They do watch. Sweet. They do watch.
They do watch the show.
They do watch. Maybe not live right now, but they go back and they check out the dagshow.com where all the videos come up. So should you.
I want to talk about something here today, and I want to talk about this issue that we have across the country that started during COVID of this inclusivity. In other words, we have to make everything equal for everybody. And I know I'm going to get called racist for this but I don't mean it this way. I know a lot of the black people I've talked to about this agree with me 100%. And then the ones that are very far on the left and still voting Democrat, I'm really shocked at how many black people have gone conservative. I'm blown away. Over the last couple of years, there's a firestorm of blacks going, I'm fucking done with the Democratic Party. And you got Dyke Fuckmaster out there who keeps pretending like he really understands the plight of black people.
Who is it?
Dyke Fuckmaster.
Yeah.
He's on my page all the time. And he, I keep trying to get this guy on the show, but he's such a pussy. He won't come on the show because, he's afraid that he's going to be lambasted. Well, your ideologies and the policies you support are fucking stupid and destroying America. And then you walk around like a white person pretending you understand the plight of every other minority in this country, and it's just absurd and obnoxious.
It's not easy being put on the spot.
It's
can
not.
but I mean, like, if you can text something later and Google stuff and look stuff up, but when you're live, that's what he doesn't want, and most people don't want to go live with you one-on-one because you do your work.
Well, last
and
time
you have a lot of insight on a lot of things, and
was-
they won't be able to compete with that.
I do a lot of reading, and my show, the DAG Show, has always been unscripted. We don't script anything. We have a few notes of the things that we're going to talk about today, and we're even terrible at doing that and putting that together. I mean, I literally am, because I can go, you guys all know, anybody who's been following me for any length of time, I can go off on a tangent like nobody's business, and then boom, 2 hours is over, and I don't get the 3 of the 4 topics I've had. But the last time I had a Democrat on live was about 5 years ago. And he was a musician from Florida. And he completely had a meltdown. I mean, he was getting torn to pieces on the thread on Facebook. His ideologies were absurd and ridiculous by standards of our constitutional freedoms. I mean, listen, here's the thing that I get. I get that people want to... I understand inclusivity, and we're going to talk about this here because I'm going to pull up a couple of things that what I'm making reference to when I talk about inclusivity. And I understand that people want to help. I help people, but I pick the charities. Like I contribute every month to Tunnels to Towers. I'm big on the military. I got 2 boys in the military. Well, one's out of them. The other one's still in. And he's a first lieutenant in the Rangers. And the other one was part of the liberation of Mosul, Iraq. And he was a sergeant in E5. And, so I support the military. I support the men in blue. I support our police, our firefighters, our first responders, our paramedics, our EMTs. I support all those people. But at the same token, I don't support bad behavior. So if you're a cop and you're an asshole, you're just simply an asshole. It doesn't matter, and I don't think you should be a cop. So, the military is a different animal. I support everybody in the military, period.
And you don't have to monetarily support a foundation or anything. You can just be a good, patriotic American and support and thank a veteran when you see them, things like that. They really appreciate that.
Well, it's important that we show respect for the people who provide and stand that line to protect our freedoms. And as we are literally, because of democratic policy, watching our freedoms completely be eroded by these policies, it's really obnoxious. And like Dyke Fuckmaster, he's always, because he's an atheist, he's always screaming he's an atheist and insulting Christians on my page. I consider myself a Catholic. Now, whether or not the Catholic Church, my friend Father Matt, I don't know if he would really see me as a real Catholic. And I think people get lost in the idea of faith. Faith, whether you're Lutheran, Catholic, Jewish, Muslim, Buddhist, whatever, the idea is that you feel that there's something guiding you in a higher way that helps to bring some moral structure and foundation to the way in which you live and make decisions in life, how you view your neighbor, how you view your friends. And also not to be afraid to call out the things that you see that are wrong when it comes to people's morality. And let me just touch on this here, because I do want to get to this about this inclusivity, because I think it's important. It's an important dialogue to have. And I've really given this thing on the inclusivity a lot of thought since I came up with. I was going to talk about it 2 weeks ago, and because we've been so busy, we haven't done a couple of shows. And I really thought hard about it. But I want to talk about this. Morality and your rights walk a very, very fine line. And what the reference I'm going to make is like Dyke Fuckmaster keeps telling me that they're not doing drag shows in schools anywhere in this country. Yes, they are. I'm not saying they're doing it in every school. We know firsthand that in high schools out here by where we live, because I has 2 kids in high school, that they push the Black Lives Matter. There's flags, there's gay flags, there's talk of this non-binary bullshit. And what's happening and we live in a somewhat affluent suburb, the every day there's fights in schools. Every single day, these kids are fighting in schools, and the school goes into lockdown. Literally every day. And when there's a big fight in the hallway, the school goes into lockdown. When there's a big screaming match, sometimes the school goes into lockdown. It's happening every day. You know, there's a reason that there's this statistic that's about 43% of kids pulling out of the school system is happening and getting homeschooled or going to private school, because it's exhausting as a child when your developing mind has to constantly watch this chaos go on. The laws are being broken down. They are teaching, and these books are available in some schools across the country, teaching about boys, you know, blowing grown fucking men, and in very graphic detail in these books, in libraries in schools, in grammar schools, in junior highs, not so much in high schools. You're not seeing that. In high schools, we're pushing the agenda more, the Democratic ideology and Black Lives Matter and this transgender thing. So to say that it's not happening in schools and drag shows aren't happening.
Well, it's happening in libraries, too.
They're doing it in libraries. And literally, I posted the videos of it happening. And still, Dyke Fuckmaster will refute it like it doesn't happen. It does happen. Again, it's not happening in every school. Now, let me step back here, because one of the things I want to talk about is this inclusivity. And this is where the problem kind of stems from, because when COVID started, everybody sat home, and now every stupid white college student and every stupid far leftist liberal Democrat, you know, had nothing better to do than pretend they understand the plight of minorities, you know. And this is where I got into this. So there's this issue with inclusivity. So the new Little Mermaid, I'm going to talk about these two things: the new Little Mermaid and the aeronauts. The new Little Mermaid, at first, I thought, how stupid. Ariel was a pale redhead. And Disney, everything Disney does is a part of pop culture history. And at first, I thought, why did we have to change it? Okay, why did we need to make Ariel a black girl now? Why can't Disney, and I still kind of believe this, why can't they just come up with a new amazing cartoon and it's not the Little Mermaid and make the girl black? Why? What in the lead character in it black? Look at the Spider-Man cartoon with the black kid. It's a huge fucking hit. You know? Now, how come that I find that more accepting than I do the Ariel thing? I don't know, because Ariel really nailed us in pop culture. See, the black Spider-Man cartoon was so well done that I can't argue it. And there are so many variations on Spider-Man. You can't make Batman black because he's all dressed in black and wears a black mask. You know, a black Superman to me would be fucking stupid. And I kind of thought making a black Little Mermaid is dumb.
Whatever happened to just making it, you know, like or having something to and giving it to the best person that would play the role? I mean, why can't we just? Why do we have to see all this? Why do we have to see all? And it's almost like a dividing of culture and color. When you're trying to eliminate racism in the world, and it's depicted as one or the other instead of just the best performance that you can find. I think that would be more respectful and appreciative, wouldn't you think?
Well, yeah. I mean, you know, yes. And this goes back to why not create a different great movie as good as The Little Mermaid and as popular as it was. I have literally seen that movie because I had two girls, and that came out when my girls were very young. Why do you got to try and change it? Because here's my problem when we talk about inclusivity. Everybody, especially white leftists or liberal Democrats, are trying to make 13% of the population 50% of the population. You can't do it. You can't do it. You know, you're literally, and corporations are jamming it down our throat when every time you see a commercial, now it's a black person and an Asian person, a white person and a black person, you know, a Hispanic person and a white person. You can't just live life normally. Listen, white people make up a majority of the population. Black people make up, 13% of the population approximately. Hispanics make up 22% of the population. Asians make up 7% or 5% of the population. I can't even remember what the numbers all are. I know I'm right on the black. So, in other words, if you have a movie, if you want to be historically and politically real, if you had 10 characters in a movie, 1.5 of them would be black. And that would be historically and factually accurate to our social, our literal social standing. You know,
I understand. I understand where you're coming from. I understand that, but see, I personally, I don't have a problem with it. I don't have a problem with making something that is a good role model for other young girls, and making a superhero of a different color. I understand what you're saying. The majority of whites versus other races and so forth.
That's where I got lost.
I understand
that's where I started to change
but
my mind.
What I don't want is what we were talking about before, to indoctrinate and cram things down children's thought process when they're still developing, in order to be that whole man and girl thing. That's where I draw the line. But
okay,
I do not.
Before we go into that,
but I do not mind whatsoever. I don't. I'm not offended. I'm not anything at all about having a movie of color for any young little girl or boy to have an idol.
Well, listen, on the Little Mermaid thing, I'm over that, because we're going back 27 years when the Little Mermaid came out, something like that, and my opinion in the last couple of weeks has changed, because I really thought about it, and I think it's good because it's really a wonderful movie, and you want to empower young black girls to become wonderful, feel empowered by
there's
that.
Too much hate.
I support it. Now, on this movie Aeronauts, this is a part of history and things that haven't been done before. In other words, that balloon that went to the edge of the Earth's atmosphere. It was two men who did that. It wasn't a man and a woman. And this is where the inclusivity thing becomes a big problem for me, because that kind of history, that scientific history, and then telling the story in a different way because some broad doesn't feel, a couple of broads got together and go, you need to make this add a woman, take one man out and make it a woman. No, that's like putting a woman on the horse, Napoleon's horse, and doing a movie and making Napoleon now a female. It's absurd. It's ridiculous.
That's where I'm on.
Scientific
I'm on the same
history
boat with you.
Is different. So I don't think Aeronauts should have been changed. I now support the Little Mermaid thing because I get it now. So from that standpoint,
well, you know what? They're trying so hard to change our minds about gender and all this, but the simple truth is we're not equal. Men and women are not equal. No. We will never be equal. We want to think that we deserve the same respect.
Biologically completely different
but
people.
we deserve respect and admiration, all those other things that come along with it, but women have a role in life and men have a role in life, and you wouldn't want to push out a baby. I don't know any man that would want to.
I don't even want to pass a kidney stone, much less push out something that big.
And you know what? I don't want to drive a truck. I don't want to go into a yard and shovel gravel. I don't want to do all that. There's some women that find that rewarding, and that's fine. But we're never going to be equal, and we should never feel that we have to fight the rest of our lives to feel that we are, because we have a role. That's it.
Well, I want to... Hi, Straight Fire Steve. How are you, buddy? And Straight Fire Steve says Happy Mother's Day.
Thank you.
And
to me,
I want to address
everyone?
Dyke Fuckmaster, because Dyke Fuckmaster's on here saying I've provided no evidence of these drag shows happening in front. I've provided evidence of it happening at preschools, kindergartens. It's on my page. And a lot of that's been posted to the DAG Show page. So what I'm going to have to do is, my website, it's video viewers. I can't just add any video. It has to be converted. But go to the dagshow.com. Well, wait a minute. Hold on. Those videos aren't on the dagshow.com. They're on Facebook. I'm on this page I'm broadcasting from, and on the facebook.com/the DAG Show. You can go there and you can see these videos. It's inarguable. So if Mike a dyke fuckmaster doesn't believe it, he's not looking in the right places, and he's clearly not paying attention to all the posts I put
well,
up.
what you're doing is exactly what you talked about just a few moments ago about catering to that 1% or whatever, whatever percentage he makes up there are always going to be people like that.
No. I think Dyke Fuckmaster is a great representation. That's why I like having him on the page.
I
We've had
understand.
numerous conversations about kicking him off, right?
Not everything can be peaches and cream. I get it. There has to be that yin and yang in order to have a conversation and a debate is good. But there's no changing a person like that to even have a rational conversation.
Well, he just wants to refute it with first page searches on YouTube or Google and, put up YouTube videos and this and that. And he doesn't want to dig deeper. One of the things that I do very well is I dig very deep into YouTube. And I have, we have all these other people that help us, and you can see them in the credits, and there's more people we're adding because there's this gentleman, Fred, who sent me a lot of great shit recently, and he's going to go on our contributors list now in our edits at the end of the show because these people really helped me find this. Robert Bartlett, I could not find. It's funny because on his YouTube and my YouTube, we're both looking up the same thing, putting in a different search, and we're both getting different results. And this was to find, CNN made it very hard to find the town hall meeting for me. But Robert found it really fast, and we were using the same search criteria, and it wasn't coming up on my YouTube. Very, very interesting the way this is happening. It's the same as when I do my show. Every time I go live, I get no less than 15 to 30 messages every time I go live saying I'm not getting notifications. So it's
they got your number. That's why.
It's ridiculous. Yeah, Facebook totally has my number. This is why I don't like. I would like to respond a lot to what Dyke Fuckmaster puts up, but he gets into these long conversations on my page, and I'm glad everybody's talking. But he never says you made a good point.
He's a bright individual who has an opinion about what he feels, but he's not willing to talk and kind of debate things. It's just he says it's your way, Dag, but in hindsight, it's only his way as well. So he's a hypocrite.
See, like he just commented, trying to justify hating on a black cartoon character. That's not what I did. In fact, Dyke Fuckmaster, I just said I was wrong, and I recanted it from my thoughts of 2 weeks ago. I support it. You want to take what I said or I thought, and you want to spin it. That's the great thing that Democrats do. You guys are fantastic at it. But you're not honest. And that's the problem. You're not honest. If I'm wrong, I'll eat it. But you can't sit here and ever tell me that the Democratic policies are working. They're not working. You cannot tell me that Joe Biden is doing a good job. There is not a single drop of evidence that he's doing good at anything. He can't even barely communicate.
Let's talk about that town hall meeting with that Caitlyn interview woman and Donald Trump.
That was fantastic.
Donald Trump is, first of all, is amazing. Okay. I don't know him on a personal level, and 99% of you don't either. So, but I don't pick a leader based on anything other than his balls in order to fight for this country and to keep us as safe as we can and to keep the Constitution and our amendments in check. And I think he did a fantastic job with all of that. And he's going to open up the pipeline, he said again, when he gets reelected.
God, I hope he gets reelected.
Oh man,
he's going to announce who his vice presidential running mate is, and I think I know who it is.
Okay. Well, but let me just talk about
Go
that
ahead.
town
Sorry.
hall thing that I know that I got to watch yesterday. That have you ever seen? Let's give him the credit that he deserves. Have you ever seen someone so confident and so in love with? He doesn't need to be the president. He doesn't need to do anything like this and take all this heat. He had such powerful words and just how he controls things and could you see Biden having someone, I mean, this was a CNN interview,
Right.
can you see someone from the right interviewing Biden? And I mean, first of all, he would never he'd
never agree
he'd
to
never
it.
agree to it.
He wouldn't allow
and
it.
if let's just say he did, he would be annihilated. And she had some good points. She kept pressing on and stuff like that, but she was nasty, and he called it out. Who else do you know? Like Donald Trump in that town hall interview, that he held his balls, and he stood up to it, and he commanded that whole thing, and he's right. He's right about. I like all of his points and the way he controls the conversation, the way that he again, I don't think that a woman could handle that kind of
Candace Owens could.
interrogation and everything, but I don't want a woman president, so she could be vice president and stuff. I want a man in that role on a respect level that's how I see it. That's my opinion. I want a man in the position as president.
I
want Donald Trump.
I think that again, that's being president regardless. I mean, even for Joe Biden, it's a tough job. It's probably the worst job in the world to have, is being leader of the greatest and freest and richest country on earth, right? I'm sure that's not an easy task to wake up to every day, and the demands on you are just insurmountable. It's crazy.
But we're again, this comes back to like the equal thing. We run on a lot of emotion, women. We have a lot of other issues as a woman that we deal with. A man, in my opinion, it runs the household efficiently. A true man will do that. A man is in my eyes more of a leader as the president, gains more respect with other countries. And again, I think a woman, we can be tough and we can be intellectual and all that, but this is my opinion. I want a man in the role of the presidency. That's what I want.
A woman as president? No. Suzanne Davis, who is a contributor to the show, by the way. You are in the credits of the show, by the way. They get moody. There goes the nuke button. Anthony Malchiotti here, who is thank you for being here.
Executive producer,
Anthony.
or what is he, a contributor?
Anthony's a producer on the show, and he produces and sends me the most amount of content, and I talk to him pretty regularly. Very, very smart guy, and a lot of the politics. There's a lot of people who contribute to the show. There's literally about 15 to 20 people at any given time contributing to the show, and Anthony is one of them. And he's probably the hardest worker for the show for no money. He doesn't get paid, and he's constantly communicating with me and sending me things. And he's a staunch researcher, and he could annihilate in a conversation probably Mike Dyke Fuckmaster in 10 seconds. And this is why people like Dyke Fuckmaster won't come on the show, because they don't have the power to actually debate. I would crush Dyke. I'd hate to see him talk to Anthony. Anthony would destroy him.
Anthony's a classier person, and he's not.
And he's a Chicago rock star. So he
doesn't give a shit. He's got other things going on that are more important. Why would he? Why would he give him the time of day? He was on my page attacking everyone. I unfriended him.
Listen,
that's the truth. I unfriended you. You know why? I'm not afraid of you. I'm not offended by you. I unfriended you because I just don't need your nonsense. I'm at this point in my life where I don't need your bullshit on my page. When I put positive things and you come back with negative bullshit, I don't need it.
Well,
so
I,
you know
I
what?
put up a post about us.
That's why. I don't know you. You live across the country. I don't care. I
No,
really
he lives
don't.
here in Illinois.
Oh, great. Really? Oh,
yeah.
shit.
The,
I don't really care.
I put the promo up for us, the Mother's Day special, and happy Mother's Day again if you're just joining us here from the DAG Show, from DAG and Die. And he goes, oh, I bet you don't. You're not happy from Democratic mothers. I mean, he's just antagonistic. And if you want to be antagonistic, get a fucking show and do what I do. But the reason I get antagonistic is because my idea is my plan, and what I've done since 1996 is I lure people into a discussion. Michael Buckmaster doesn't lure people into a discussion. He creates and follows ridiculous ideologies and tries to convey them as if he is the recipient of the very problems he's professing to support or cure. He's a pretend doctor at that point.
I just want to stir the pot on everything. It's ridiculous. So again, that's why I unfriended him, because you know what? I've got a lot of people that come on and say things, but he just is. He's almost like he's like a bully on the page, and it's people come and reach out to me and they go, "Just get rid of him." And you know what? Bye. I did.
Yeah,
I did.
On my pages, it's a little different. I want to get these conversations going, and I'm going to say this again, and I say it all the time. If we really want to unite as a society and a civilization here in this country, we need to get face-to-face. We cannot do this through Twitter and Facebook and Rumble and Truth Social. This is not the way to unite the country. We need to sit down and have independents, libertarians, Democrats, far leftists, Republicans, people somewhere between independent and Republican, all sitting down talking about the issues and asking questions one at a time. Because what we're going to find, and you know how much I'm on the phone. You complain about it all the time. And I talk to everybody on the phone. Mike Buckmaster won't take my calls.
The only way I can have a conversation with you is if I call you from the other room.
So I am always Stephen Coleman. He's a guy who books bands. He's a black man in Chicago here in the entertainment business in rock and roll, and him and I had a conversation on the phone the very first time we did. He goes, "I had no idea that you really took this position from watching your show." I go, "Sure, I do." I go, "But stupid is stupid, and truth is truth. So, but if you want to know what I feel, ask me." Now, I'm not going to agree with everything Stephen Coleman thinks, but I support Stephen Coleman's business and what he does in the rock and roll community 100%. And I also respect his right to have an opinion. But he's a black man who is not as far left as white Dyke Fuckmaster.
Listen, I think my opinion again is Dyke Fuckmaster. He kind of idolizes you. That's what I think.
Well, he's my biggest fan. He literally shows
I
up
think
as a
he
super
really,
fan on my
really
pages.
wants in deep down to do something like this, and this isn't easy.
Listen, I've talked to him on the phone. He's a fucking nice guy. We've talked music on the phone. Talk politics. I'm not a fan of what he thinks, but he's a great father. He's a great husband.
Well. Let's not overshoot the greatness.
He's totally into his. Hold on.
Wait, you don't know. We don't know.
He's totally into his grandson. I don't think
that's wonderful.
Dyke Fuckmaster is a jagoff. I don't think that. Does he behave like a jagoff on my page? Yes.
Okay, so then
a lot of people
all right,
do,
we cannot say that he's great at this, he's great at that, and then he's a jagoff at this. I'm going to say he's probably a decent man, in a decent relationship and a decent father.
He's been married a very long time.
It doesn't matter.
Shitty people don't stay married.
It doesn't
forever.
mean you're great. I'm not going to give him any greatness.
Fine. Don't pick the fly shit
well,
out
I'm
of the pepper.
doing it. He's
that.
not great. It's not great. We don't know what goes on behind closed doors with our neighbors.
That's very true.
So,
well, listen, I want to continue this conversation because we got to get to Joe Biden's Twitter shit. we need to get to. I want to talk about this Venmo and the government intervention in banking because we just experienced it. And Dyke Fuckmaster will tell me I'm lying about it, but we literally just experienced it. Had a whole conversation with Venmo, which is PayPal. We need to discuss what's happening out there in the banking system just a little bit. I want to talk about Trump and immigration here in Chicago. So how about this? How about we play a song by Seventh Heaven? Now, Seventh Heaven, one of the singer, the guitar player, Nick Cox, is a brilliant songwriter, brilliant singer, fantastic guitar player. Adam Blair is the front man for that. Nick Cox came up with this song, and I love it. It's called Monster, and I want to play it for you guys. So this is what we're going to do. We'll be right back here on the DAG Show with DAG and Die. Let me look at how much better I'm getting at this. With DAG and Die, and this is Monster by Seventh Heaven.
Tragedy. Am I anything you want me to be? Your lips were just like kerosene that lit that fire inside of me. Am I anything you want me to be? Shame me, blame me, take control. In the middle of this hell, you let me go. One step into the light and finally blind me. Go on, believe the only devil that you know. So no
song.
That was all Nick Cox
Unbelievable.
singing.
Oh, Nick Cox wrote the song. Him and Adam wrote that song, I believe, is what I was told. And it's just an incredible piece of work, and it's kind of a really sexy departure for Seventh Heaven, very, very proud of those guys, and Richie is a man I adore.
Richie doesn't sing, does he?
He sings harmonies. He sings backup, and him and Adam. Adam in that band is really an amazing writer, which is going to bring me to this. There is a new project, DAG project, coming out. Don't say who's producing it because we're going to release it.
I won't say anything.
But it's being produced by somebody that I admire very, very, very much. And
His name rhymes with?
No, don't say it. Don't say it yet.
I'm not.
Because we're gonna. It's going to be.
I'm not. You're in control of that release. I'm not going to do it.
Well, I think I'm going to release this.
But I've heard it. I've listened to a lot of the.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's going to be fucking stupid. So, who knows?
It's a fresh take on a lot of things.
We're
yeah.
redoing a bunch of old songs from the Darren Edwards project. We're now rebranding this. We'll be talking about that, but it's not going to be the Darren Edwards project anymore. This producer's been hearing all this music and really, it's like, I gotta get it in. He's doing an album of his own. He's like, I want to put this song on my album. So I couldn't be more excited and flattered. But it's literally finally going to happen. And we're going to do it. I want to release it we're going to probably do 20, 25 songs worth of material, maybe release it on a box set vinyl. I don't know. We're talking about a lot of things, but the process has started. I've been talking about it for 2 years. It's finally starting. The new DAG album's coming out. A lot of new music.
Is this going to make you happy? Are you going to be a nicer person?
Oh, what? A nicer person? Stop it. Please say that. Cut it out. So nice to you. It's ridiculous. You're a raging pain in my ass, and I'm still nice to you.
I'm adorable and lovable.
But, yeah, so I'm excited. And, I mean, aren't you?
You should be. Yeah. Yeah. I want to see your dreams come true. That's what I want.
You are my dream. You came true.
Let's go make a baby.
Huh? So that's happening. So anyway, hats off to Seventh Heaven. That was Monster by Seventh Heaven. Nick Cox singing. Nick Cox, and I think Adam Blair wrote that, unless Nick might have wrote it by himself. So if I'm making a mistake, sorry, Nick. Absolutely amazing.
Without experiences and ups and downs in life, you wouldn't be able to express yourself in that kind of way.
I think I'm going to ask Vernon Voss if he wants to play on the album, because we're having all these great musicians play on this record.
Cool.
And the producer's bringing a whole bunch of them together.
Very cool.
I would love to have Vernon Voss fucking play on this. He's fucking awesome.
Maybe we can really use the Leopard Lounge now.
Yeah.
Like we've intended.
We're setting up Pro Tools here, so the tracks, so I can do things here too, and just send them off to the producer. That's a big conversation we had the other day. So,
because the Leopard Lounge is an amazing room.
It really is. And
4 years ago, we put our heart and soul into
and then you ruined it and made a mess of it and moved a bed down there. Now we got sleeping in like 2 different rooms. It's clothes scattered everywhere.
It looks like a porn set down there.
It does look like a porn set with the bed down there. I want to put it back together with all. It was so beautiful. All those pictures we took like 6 months ago, and then you decided you wanted to move a bed down there. And again, it's cooler down there.
Oh, it's such a bad thing.
Oh,
we'll fix it.
Horrible.
We'll fix
get that bed out of there. Plus, that bed's old. It's probably full of bed bugs.
It's not.
I slept down there the other night with fucking
Stop
giant
it.
spiders.
I bathe I soak almost every day. That should be a sign.
Nobody takes more baths than Diana. Or nobody spends. Olympic swimmers don't spend more time in the water than Diana. Lady Di, that is a very clean body.
So that was what I'm saying. That bleeds into, you know what? Yeah, I got tumbleweeds from the dogs and stuff and dust. I don't like to dust because then I sneeze.
I do most of the dusting around.
But for the most part, there are no roaches, no bed bugs, no disgusting things happening in any part of any orifice in this place.
Hey, listen, I want to remind everybody, tune in Wednesday night. I'm interviewing Mike Gallus, my brother, from Mike's Drum Shop in Ara. And Tyler Holcomb's going to be there. We're doing a live performance from Mike's Drum Shop. I will be sitting in with Tyler and Mike, and it's going to be a really cool evening. It's the first time. It's taken me 6 years to convince my brother to do a live show there, and he finally agreed to it. It was actually his idea to do it at the drum shop. So we're going to do it there. It's going to be awesome. So tune into that Wednesday,
17th.
8 p.m.
No, it's the 17th, right?
Yeah, the 17th. Your house does have a DAG infestation. That's funny. Shut up, Robert Bartlett.
Robert, by the way, I loved how your wife did the little, it wasn't a panda, but it was the little puppy in the mall. That was adorable.
So, okay, so there's a couple things else I want to talk about here. So, that we have on our list here. And one of them is, hang on, let me do this and bring this up because, you know, there's all this talk about how, you know, Trump keeps saying the election was rigged. And quite frankly, I believe that too. For Dyke Fuckmaster to say that there's no evidence of that, I think 2,000 mules went over and above the call of duty. Listen, the problems you had in Wisconsin, Michigan, and Georgia, and Arizona were all very clear. There is no way that a man campaigned from his basement and when he did go out in public couldn't draw more than 40 people, got the most votes in the United States.
Well, the 2,000 mule thing, it proved
that there was ballot stuffing. It's all on camera.
Yeah. That's it. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's all right there. So if you want to ignore it and you just want to call that bogus, you know, Dinesh D'Souza is not a media scumbag. He's not a Don Lemon. He's not even a Tucker Carlson or a Sean Hannity or a Rachel Maddow. He's just a brilliant guy who looks at everything. And same with Ben Shapiro. Ben Shapiro never came into this as a Trump supporter. Ben Shapiro actually sat so much in the middle that he didn't really support a lot of what Trump did what Trump said all through his campaign when he got elected, even into when he became president. He was hypercritical of Donald Trump.
He calls out any bullshit.
Right. Ben Shapiro's great. Now, over time, Ben Shapiro's like, well, this is a fucking clusterfuck with Joe Biden. Everything Donald Trump did was actually some of the best shit anybody's ever done in presidential history because the data and the facts, Dyke Fuckmaster, all support that Donald Trump, he might be an idiot and he might say a lot of stupid shit.
He's not an idiot. He's
he's
not.
I'm saying
he
from
has,
his standpoint.
He has no couth. He doesn't have a couth.
He doesn't have any couth.
Right.
Yeah.
And who gives a shit?
But I didn't hire him for that.
Right.
You know, I worked for a guy who made me pretty well-to-do for a long time, who was a complete jagoff. But I followed his lead because it made my life better. It made everybody in the company's lives better when we followed his lead. When we tried to buck his ideas, even though he was an asshole at delivering them, we made less money. We became more successful when we listened to the asshole. And at the end of the day, he taught me a lot about business, and he became a good friend. And now he's worth like $100 million.
Our 401ks were doing great. And then, bam.
Well, I have a new 401k.
We got hit when Biden got in. He's ruined everything.
My new 401k, the very first deposit that went in there, lost like 5% the day it went in. Did you ever see the South Park episode? And they went, hey, all right, thank you for putting your $100 in, and now it's gone. That's literally what fucking happened. The day the deposit went in, my 401k dropped 5%. What the fuck is going? Why did I put my money in that 401k? It's so stupid, and that's a fact. So at the end of the day, this Joe Biden thing here, and I have this image up here on the screen, and you know, what was the company's name? The company's name is
Turco something.
SparkToro. SparkToro did an audit of Twitter, and Elon Musk confirmed this, that half of Joe Biden's followers are bots. They're fake. They're not real. So it lends itself to this conspiracy theory idea that, you know, well, then the votes are fraud. We've been saying the election was a fraud from the beginning. If you're you know, in the middle or leaning to the right, if you're an independent leaning to the right, if you're an independent, you got a lot of questions. If you're leaning to the right, you don't believe it. The election was real. How does a guy who can draw 25 to 50,000 people to any arena across the country at any given moment and outsell the seating space by 5 to 10,000 tickets? How does he lose to a guy who can't draw 40 people standing in circles in a fucking parking lot looking for corn pop? I mean, it's just completely stupid and absurd.
And Hillary's going, this election season, this new election is going to be rigged. She's like, wait, isn't she? Aren't they the ones that said that they didn't rig, but now we're gonna rig? Do we get their playbook? What is going on here?
It's so
because they're worried. They're worried because to me, Joe Biden is just the front guy to take, you know, the command of everyone else. He's just a puppet, and they know that they've screwed up. And they know that Trump is going to come back. He's going.
I think the Democrats are running a little scared. Listen, there are only so many lawsuits and bullshit you can continually file before even the people on your team go, all right, enough is enough. You know, we've spent, you know, $700 million and we've obtained nothing out of it other than, you know, some bad press for this guy. We got to stop listening. You know, Fox, now that Fox got rid of Tucker, they're down 50%. CNN's down 50%. MSNBC is down like 38%, somewhere in there. And Newsmax is up 500% in viewership. So, you know, the worst thing that could have happened to Fox was like the Budweiser thing was get rid of Tucker.
He's doing his own show now.
Oh, yeah. Well, Tucker is a founder of the Daily Caller, not to be confused with the Daily Wire, which is Ben Shapiro's company. Tucker's a founder of the Daily Caller. And Tucker's going to be richer and more powerful than he's ever been being away from Fox because his hands aren't tied. Right. Not to mention, there is way more money in doing the social media right. I wish we could figure out how to do that. And to doing these podcasts and to having your own network because, you know, listen, let's be honest, like terrestrial radio, terrestrial TV is fucking dead. Even cable news is dying. You know, the same fucking people have their hands in all the networks, you know, the Rupert Murdoch's everywhere. So, you know, Fox is biased, but Fox is also controlled. CNN's biased. They're also controlled. You know, everybody's got a fucking agenda, and it's relatively disgusting. You know, what we need to do, and I'm going to keep saying this to you guys, and welcome, and happy Mother's Day, everybody, if you're just joining us here. I love you all, and thank you so much for paying attention to me. 10-year anniversary this year of the DAG Show. 10 years on Facebook. 10 years. In spite of having three of the DAG Show pages taken down, and having my personal pages stolen from me. 10 years, I've sustained, I fought this battle, I'm still here for you, and I'm here with truth. I'm here with truth, and I'm here with facts, and when I fuck up, I own it. Because I'm the DAG, and you're not. Just don't ever fucking forget that. So, that being said...
I think you need an award.
Who's going to give me an award? Somebody, you know, all the people that are giving awards are fucking Democrat-run organizations. They're not going to give me a fucking award. They do everything they can to get rid of me. You know, I mean, even people in the music industry in this city who should be supporting me are angry with me. I'm not going to mention.
Well,
any
they're angry
names.
because you're honest, and they can't be.
Yeah,
They can't
and
be.
I've had fights with people of power in this town over and over and over again, and in this industry over and over and over again, and they pretty much alienated me from places they need me, and now they're going to suffer. And watch, when you get rid of me, you're going to suffer in this industry. I'm telling you right now. You say no to DAG, you try and fuck the DAG, you're going to suffer. I'm a patient guy. I'm very patient. I will watch your fucking demise and you sink and blow through fucking millions of dollars because you want to be a political jag-off to me. Fuck off.
Yeah.
You know who you are. You people know who the fuck you are. And it's all going to get back to you if you're not watching me today. But here's the problem. You should always be watching me. And you should be on my team. Because what's coming this year and next year is going to fucking fuck your mind up. They're going to change the name of Illinois to DAG. Daganoy.
So if you're ready for some mind fucking, stay tuned.
Get ready for some mind fucking. Don't make me run for office. You know, I don't
Run
have...
from office.
Yeah, run from office. That's exactly true. So anyway, so Joe Biden's got these, Elon Musk confirmed it, and this audit company, the social media audit company,
So what-
found that
he has half of the followers.
49.83% of all of Joe Biden's followers on Twitter.
So
are
how many
bots.
does he have?
22 million is what he says.
So
he
now
has.
he's got half of that.
He's got that.
Basically,
He's got
And
11 million.
How many do Trump have?
Yeah, that's a good question. I didn't look that up. I guess I should have done
Google
that.
search.
Yeah, well, I go to Dyke Fuckmaster
I will.
for all my
I'll
Google
do it.
searches. And Dagnoy, yeah. That's it. Thank you, Suzanne Davis. Like Illinois is fucked up enough already. Yeah, right. Exactly. Illinois is a fucking train wreck. And in fact, there's some, on the next show, I'm going to talk about some of the new laws that Illinois,
Trump has
how many?
88.7 million.
88 million followers. He said that.
Almost 89.
He said that on the town hall. He's got 80 million followers. 22 million for Joe Biden, but he won the election. Okay,
No,
yeah,
but it's
sure.
half now, so it's 11.
So it's 11 million. So Joe Biden has 11 million. Trump has 80 million, and Trump lost the election. Yeah. Okay.
Well, so now all these
Right.
illegals that have come, millions and millions of illegals that have been given a handout by the Biden administration are going to vote for, if he gets the nomination, the Biden.
There's my
ticket,
boy right there.
right?
There's my boy, Donald J. Trump.
Are you listening?
I'm listening.
What did I say?
I don't remember. No, say it again.
Did
please.
you really?
I'm trying to do all this. There's a lot of buttons here.
Okay, but when I speak, you should listen.
I try really hard, and I know
I don't
that's
ask for
important.
much.
Yes,
Did you just
do.
mute me?
No.
You hit the mute button.
I swear to God, I didn't mute you. You're up there.
Oh, I know I am. Up there.
Oh,
I don't need
God,
you to
you're
tell me
so
this.
fucking sexy.
I'm kind of on the fuckmaster side right now. No, I'm kidding. Just kidding.
So Donald Trump, listen, he's got a big challenge. One thing that I think, and we've talked about this, is challenge.
Oh, what I said was all the millions and millions of immigrants that have come over that are not even accounted for are going to vote because they're giving handouts and they're giving, whatever, instant green cards, whatever they're doing for them, instant work, instant payoffs to live. They're probably going to be deported. This is in the bylaws.
There's going to be 27 million people who are all getting deported. You're not going to be able to get a flight anywhere.
If you do not vote for the Democratic front runner, you are going to go back in chains.
Let's talk about this idiot, Lori Lightfoot.
When is she going to be done? Like, really
She's-
done?
So here's the funny thing. So yesterday I spent like 2.5 hours going through Google and YouTube to find these videos, and through my Facebook page. But I mean, literally, there's like 40,000 posts over the last. Oh, excuse me, I just burped. 40,000 posts on my pages of Lori posts on my pages, and I couldn't find the Lori Lightfoot. I just got bored and fucking moved on. But so Lori Lightfoot originally had said, "Oh, we support and we accept immigrants." And
Right, we're a sanctuary city.
We're a sanctuary city, and this is just 2 years ago.
Come to Chicago.
You're welcome here. We'll support you. So the fucking governor of Texas starts sending them, and she's calling him, going, "You're an asshole. You need to stop this." And he goes, "Fuck you. I'm not going to stop it." I love that.
He's amazing. That's so awesome.
Absolutely amazing. So I go through YouTube and Google, and all of a sudden, all the videos I had originally posted, the ones I found, are no longer available on YouTube. It shows up. Those very same videos don't show up. It shows up. This video is no longer available. Who is controlling all this media? I'm really fucking curious, because that video is there. The title and the heading is there of what it is, but the video is missing. And you got to go back 2 years. So good luck going through my page. I hope you got 2 days to go through my page after all the posts I get. And keep in mind, I put up so many posts, there's 500,000 people that come across these 2 pages every single month. That's a lot of motherfucking people. And that being said, I was really aggravated to stumble into that on my pages, that those videos are now missing that were originally on YouTube, and now they're not. They're taking them down. Lori Lightfoot going, "Oh yeah, we're a sanctuary city. Yeah, come here." Now she's crying. Okay, you sanctuary fucking dick beater. Now you got fucking 8,000 people coming a week.
Well, because the city is bankrupt basically on taking it. Now they're putting them in abandoned schools and watch the disease that comes out of this shit.
Well,
this is
and
gross.
they're just coming in
housing
fucking droves now.
Yeah.
And it's really an awful situation. And I'll say
they're
this.
not being checked for diseases anymore either.
I'll say this about Lori Lightfoot. She's right. This isn't good for them. You should have shut your fucking mouth and looked after the people of Chicago first. And now Robinson, who's coming in, he's just as big an idiot as Lori Lightfoot. And if not worse, this is going to be an absolute fucking train wreck. There's one place I want to go in Chicago, Gay House, my favorite restaurant in all of Chicago. It's fun. It's not a gay bathhouse for those of you idiots who don't know what Gay House is.
It's Gay House.
It's Gahgaus.
I don't care how it's spelled. Yeah.
Anyway, I think
it's not a gay
like
house.
It's not a gay bathhouse.
Gay house.
Big gay Turkish bathhouse. Anyway, so these migrants that are coming in, she's completely freaking out about it, and it's
because it's the financial part of it is pinching.
Oh, it's going to pinch every taxpayer.
So let's
Chicago.
defund the police. Now we need the police.
Like people in Cook County are fucking getting hammered. I used to live in Park Ridge 22 years ago. Fucking taxes were astronomical back then. I can't even imagine what they are today. And that's Park Ridge. It's a suburb right on the border of the city. At the time, one of the fifth richest communities in the state of Illinois.
I think we crossed paths at one point because I did live up there.
Yeah, you were up there. We were all hanging out in Edison Park. Yeah, Don Juan's up there. Oh, God.
Don Juan, yeah.
Siam Thai.
Pasta.
And then there was, what is that word that Bart Simpson says? Hayunga or Kamunga. I can't remember. It was a slang, but there was a Mexican restaurant right in Park Ridge by the theater over there that was. I love Park Ridge. Can't afford to live there now. Fuck, taxes for a fucking postage stamp are like $80,000 a year. Anyway, that all being said, people are suffering already in Chicago on their taxes. You just can't suck enough blood out of the pavement to be able to support all this. And she's pushing for a city of Chicago. I guess Robinson's going to continue this thing to go ahead and allow these people to get all kinds of additional benefits as illegal immigrants that they don't deserve. And it's all going to be funded by the existing taxpayers in the state of Illinois.
By you.
Yeah. It's
and
fucked
us.
up. It's very, very fucked up. But let's not beat that dead horse, because we know that that's it's a shit show. It's an absolute shit show. So it's not going to get better. It's only going to get fucking worse here. And I just don't understand how our government officials are allowing this to continue.
Yeah, you do. You understand it. There's not much.
No, it's not. Yeah,
Not
Cowabunga was one of them, but there's another saying from The Simpsons, and that's what this Mexican restaurant was called. It wasn't Cowabunga. Bob Bailey, you have a great day. Thank you.
Are you leaving? Mr. Bailey's leaving?
Mr. Bailey's leaving. I will see you both on Wednesday. So I look forward to that. Bob Bailey got one of the tickets to come to this live event.
Oh.
We have Mike's Drum Shop is really small. My brother was completely freaking out going, I can't have 100 people here. So I said, listen, only a few people.
I could only have 2,000 drum kits set up.
Oh, that's right. The new Chicago mayor wants an additional $800 million in revenue for new social programs.
Great.
$800 million.
Just keep printing more,
I mean, do you
more
guys
money.
have a calculator? Why don't you just do? There's $3.5 million in Chicago proper. Why don't you just do that division and think about it? You know, it's like the $93 trillion fucking.
How many? Are you adding the immigrants in on that?
Well, 800 million is what they want, but divide that by 3.5 million, and that's the additional tax burden. Technically, to every working, you have to 3.5 million people. Then you have to divide that by about 50% of them. Let's just do easy math. Actually work. The rest of them are kids and teenagers and babies and whatever. Even if you say 60, that's the additional tax burden to every working Chicago citizen. And it's like the $93 trillion Green New Deal, okay? If you were to take that over 160 million working Americans, that's over the period of 10 years, that's $600,000 an additional tax burden on the American working citizens. On working American citizens over 10 years, it's $60,000 a year in additional tax burden to cover that idea. That's how fucking stupid it is. How do you pay that if you make $48,000 a year? Oh, what they do is it just goes uphill. People making more and more money until you're making $400,000 a year and you're taking home $40,000 a year of that $600,000. It's completely absurd. You will completely destroy the economy with these kinds of ideas. You will destroy innovation, business growth, everything, and you become a communist country and completely reliant on the government, regardless of how much money you make. You become reliant on the government. And they can't. We know the government can't run a fucking vending machine full of Snickers bars without bankrupting it in a week. Even if they charge $5 for a Snickers bar, they would bankrupt.
Well,
in a week.
what did I don't know if it was Trump or someone else I was listening to that said that if the government just not folded, but if they just came to a halt and we wouldn't need them, we really wouldn't miss them or need them. Was that Trump in the town hall? Well, I don't remember who I heard that from.
No, that might have been. Well, listen, it kind of comes down to this. Ronald Reagan said that communism will come as a leftist idea. Socialism will show up here as a leftist ideology. Basically, just paraphrase, that's pretty much what he said. And it'll come in the face as the face of the people on the left, and that's exactly what's happening. Ronald Reagan was correct about that. Ronald Reagan was a truth speaker like Donald Trump, although he was far more eloquent than Donald Trump, and he was very funny. Donald Trump is very sarcastic and coarse, which I don't mind. And if you mind coarseness, fine. If you like being lied to, stick with your fucking douchebag Joe Biden.
You want your jaw to drop watching another Biden interview and in his dumb, I don't know where the door is and I got to get off the stage bullshit. Or would you rather have a guy strong like Trump who kept us out of war and kept our borders, well, he was trying his hardest to keep our borders secure, and the guy is entertaining in the same respect. I mean, I could sit and watch him.
End the war in 24 hours, and I'll tell you, he says a lot of crazy things, but I guarantee you, I would bet dimes of dollars that would happen.
The guy is a success story over and over and over again.
We were energy independent. We were bringing in so much money. Donald Trump is right. We were on the verge of so much wealth for the United States by being no country in the world stands on more oil reserves than the United States. Why the fuck would you shut that down? You got to be a moron. And now the Hunter Biden thing is coming up, and
because they're in cahoots with China.
Oh,
Come
no
on.
question. In fact, Helen Elizabeth said she wants me to do a whole show on this, and there's a lot of moving parts and a lot of spokes in that show, and I'm going to put one together to do on this Hunter Biden laptop nonsense and the Biden's connections to the Ukraine and to the Chinese. I mean, listen, there isn't a business model that's ever been created on earth where people get paid for doing really nothing on the level and the type of business that the
No, but
Bidens
his
have
dad,
been doing.
Mr. President, had
The
no
big guy.
had no idea that he was on the board. He had no idea.
Well, that's already been proven not to be true just from voicemail messages and texts. So.
right.
But the media's standing quiet on it because the media doesn't want to lose their credibility of all the lies they've already told on both sides of the aisle when it comes to media. Fox and everybody's shut up. So anyway, it's Biden's going to be torn down. Hunter Biden is in big trouble. Whether or not these people go to jail, it's probably not very
He's
likely.
not. If he's the nominee and Trump is the nominee, he's not going to debate him. Does this not register with anyone that the man cannot keep a coherent sentence? He cannot debate without a teleprompter or notes. And Trump pulled out some notes from January 6th out of his pocket at the town hall,
his
just
Twitter.
to prove his point on all of the things that the interviewer was trying to bury him with. But other than that, the man does not need any backup. Doesn't need any backup. Can you imagine? I can't wait. I mean, does he?
He doesn't. Donald Trump can go out there and stand on his own and no, I'm not in Vegas, Suzanne. I'm here in Illinois.
Vegas, yeah. Ching ching ding 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 ding. See
It
the
looks
slot.
like Vegas in here, though,
Hear
doesn't
the slot
it?
machines in the background.
We have some fun events coming up, and I'm excited to talk more about them.
Did you really think he was going to move to Vegas and leave this?
Probably not likely.
No, probably is not even in the vocabulary. He's stupid.
You're stupid. Hey, listen, let's play a song here. We're getting close to it's 11:17.
Sounds like a
Happy
band
Mother's
name.
Day. Happy Mother's Day.
Happy Mother's
to
Day.
all the wonderful mothers out there. Let's play a song. I want to play something by Blockchain Coalition. This is Hold On.
Is it that guy Ron Thomas that I hate?
Yes, we all hate Ron Thomas. But you'll be able to meet Ron Thomas on Wednesday.
He's huge. He's like that guy Jason Momoa, but different.
Him and I was at the drum shop. I hadn't done a show there. I was playing drums, and we were that new F Note kit at Mike's Drum Shop. There's only a handful of people selling it across the country. It's fucking amazing. It's electronic drum kit made of birch, and there's several other companies competing. This F Note is badass. I gotta own one. And
Birch is a very light wood, isn't it?
I don't know. I'm not a. I mean,
I know a lot about wood.
I know about my wood.
No, I know a
like
lot
I
about wood.
Focus on my wood. But
You're a dork.
you're a dork. You smell like buttercream.
It's not bad. I like
It could be worse.
buttercream.
I don't know if you smell like buttercream. That's just stupid.
But he videotaped you playing the drums, and now you're like the ambiance drummer of Mike's Drum Shop, taking my
am. I'm taking your.
my
All right, listen. We'll be right
my
back here.
title of ambiance drummer. You can't have it.
All right, we gotta go to.
We don't have to do anything.
Well, we kind of do. I want to go to this. Oh wait, hold on. I want to put it up like this. So I'm going to do it like this to start with. And there you go. We're going to go to this song by Blockchain Coalition, former members of Veilside here in Chicago, one of the greatest rock bands ever in Chicago. And this is Hold On. We'll be right back here.
In 2 minutes.
Wait, how did Chuck Woolery do? 2 minutes and 2 seconds. There you go. I go ahead, start hitting fucking buttons, and everything goes down in a handbasket. Thank you for joining us here on the DAG Show. I am the DAG, and this is Lady Di. Hi, baby.
I'm the princess.
Thanks for coming. Yeah, you're kind of a princess. Vodka cream sauce, Lenny Rago. Oh God, I can't. You know, we were gonna do this birthday thing for me and Richie, because his is the 17th. Richie offered from 7th Heaven, and my birthday is the 19th of this month. We're both Tauruses, which makes us two of the greatest people in the history of great people.
Tauruses.
And I want to do this whole thing at Panino's at Lenny's place. This guy's like a world-class pizza maker. He goes all over the world. He's
in
been
Italy,
traveling more the last month and a half.
He won some award in Italy.
He wins these awards all the time, like for the greatest pizza. He goes to Italy, and as an Italian American, he beats everybody in Italy. It's ridiculous.
He likes to beat the dough too.
So we're gonna do a show with him, and we also need to. I wanted to. Fuck.
What happened to All Elite Limousine, baby?
Yeah, I'm pulling that up right now. All Elite Limousine. Let me take that off there. All Elite, proud sponsor of the DAG Show. Give them a call. Look, they got all kinds of different cars, stretches and SUVs and town cars.
Out of
and things
Aurora,
like that.
Illinois.
Out of Aurora,
is my
Illinois.
mic on? My mic is on? Is my mic on?
Yeah, your
Oh,
mic's on.
okay.
3, you can hear yourself through the monitor.
Oh, shh.
The 331-575-9643. Go see our friends at Elite Limousine. Fuck using Uber and all these other scumbag company Lyft. Fucking douchebags.
Ride in style.
Ride in style, man. It doesn't really cost that much. There's not that much of a difference in the cost to take a town car to the airport. And you look like you got some fucking class.
You got a driver that speaks
You get
English.
out with Ahmed, who goes, "Oh no, what are you doing? What are you doing? You tip me $7. Give me #1 rating." Fuck you.
How do you understand? I don't.
I don't get it. I don't understand it either. It's so stupid. And then, we want, do I have we want to say hello, Mike's Drum Shop. By the way, he'll be at the Drum Show this coming Saturday, next week. The Drum Show runs Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Mike's Drum Shop will be there. It's Get Out There. I think it's like the 32nd or 34th or 35th year of the Drum Show here. So get on out to the Chicago Drum Show. It's amazing. Chicago Drum will be out there, and Jim Moritz, who's a friend of mine, a friend of ours, friend of the show. This guy builds some of the most incredible drums. He's making shit everybody's dying to get their hands on now. So that's pretty cool. I'm excited about that. But we have, you know what? You're going to have to talk to them, because I meant in that break to go get it, and I forgot to bring it up here. A new show sponsor. So keep talking.
Oh, you're going to go get it right now.
I'm going to go get it.
All right. So coming to you live right now, a new show sponsor. And I'm excited to hear who it is too. He doesn't tell me much, but what he does tell me is very important. And I've learned a lot. So I'm glad to still be here on the DAG Show. I'm very honored in a way. What is this? Oh God,
It
really?
is. It's Friday.
Come on, you're
No. I got to talk about this.
you're
Friday
too-
plans.
Oh God.
Friday plans. It's a new DAG Show sponsor. Now, what is it, you ask? I'll tell you.
Don't ask. Don't.
Oh, it's wonderful. Upgrade your successful sex 2.0. It's
2.0.
That's what they call it in their little
That's where they
marketing
screwed
thing.
up.
They got this marketing thing here. It's fucking generic Viagra, and it costs like $29 a month. for
And
me to
their
get this.
emblem is a cock.
Yeah, the emblem is a fucking cock.
Turn it around. The bigger cock is on the back.
Right. So, well, I don't want them to see because it's got my address.
Oh yeah, they zoomed in on that.
But anyway, you get this shit. It comes in the mail. It's fucking dirt cheap. So I'll tell you a little story about this. I don't need Viagra.
Why is only Friday the cock plan?
The I don't need Viagra. I mean, Di and I have a very healthy sex life, but the what's nice is kind of in a pinch. Like you come home, you're tired, you take this pill, you wait 30 minutes. It's like, yeah, I'm ready to rock. And even when you don't, it's like, let's keep going. And it was funny when I got this. Di says to me, she goes, "What? Why did you do this?"
It's the stupidest thing
she goes
ever.
She's like, I don't want to be tore up. I'm like, I want to tear it up. If I'm not almost making you want to go to the hospital, that's listen, because you girls talk.
I was just in the hospital yesterday. I don't want to go back.
I want go. He almost killed me. Now that is something that a man wants women to say.
Awesome.
Well, he won't stop. I almost died during sex because he's taking Friday plans.
This is so stupid.
It's
this
not.
Is the stupidest
I'll
thing
tell you
ever.
what. And listen, if some of you guys just like to beat your dick like it owes you money, this shit's fucking great too. Stay hard for hours. Just fucking jerk off 27 times a day. It's fantastic.
That's
Maybe
why
your wife's
I
on
never,
vacation.
I
with
never
her.
see you. You're in the third bathroom.
No, I'm not. I have. No, that's not true.
All the socks are all.
All the socks are
all
stiff and crunchy.
walking around like drones in the house. Dun, dun, dun,
We
dun,
name
dun,
all
dun.
my tube socks now.
Dork.
But anyway, get your Fridays plans. Go to FridaysPlans.com.
Oh yeah, put the address up right there, so everybody. I put the address up.
Well,
Just put it down. Everyone knows what Viagra is.
yeah. Well, here's what's funny. So, I wanted to get some. I just was talking to my doctor about it once, and this is several years ago. This is before I met you, and I said, you know what? I just want to try some Cialis. You know, he gave me a sample of. And I was alone. I wasn't even dating anybody. So this was just simply for my own personal pleasure. But a long time ago, I took a Viagra when they first came out. I had an erection for like 24 hours. It was awful. And I was much younger then. This shit works fucking great now. And so I tried Cialis. I go to pick up the prescription. It was $2,200. Now, $29 a month to get shipped to your door in this kick-ass package. Get like
There's only 4 Fridays in a month, though.
yeah. Oh, but we don't need a Friday.
So
honey. You know
stupid.
that. I hear all the time. I need intimacy. I need intimacy.
I'm almost 53, and I probably my libido has never been higher.
It's on
in
fire.
all my life.
Because I have those days when I come home and I'm like, fuck, really? All right, give me a half an hour. I'll take some Fridays plans. And we'll get to it, honey. So Fridays plans, FridaysPlans.com. Go there, $29 a month. Keep your wife happy, even when it gets your dick so hard that you can go to sleep and still have sex and make your wife happy.
Yeah, but don't spoon
Or your girl.
because then you got that poking up against your anal hole.
God. Well, here's the thing. So with Viagra and these things, it's not like you. Just unless you're like 20, you're 30, it might just make you higher. I'm trying to remember back to when I very first took Viagra the first time. And take half a pill of this, by the way. Otherwise, you're going to have a sore dick for 13 hours. The
Sounds so
you're going to
pleasurable,
be
doesn't
so
it?
hard that you're going to be uncomfortable. But you get in that moment, and literally. If you touch your dick, you'll get hard. If it touches a woman, oh, forget it. I just bump up against her, and it's like, all right, we got to have sex. Got to do something.
This is you know what this
Awesome.
Wait, okay. In your head, it's something that is awesome, but we never needed it. We don't need it.
What are you talking about? We have sex, and then you go, like, one day goes by, we don't have sex. She goes, are we ever going to have sex again? I'm like, what are you?
Why are you torturing me? It's been 7 minutes. I can't take it.
So, yes, get out there. Get your Fridays plans going. This is what it looks like, FridaysPlans.com.
The only correlation I have to a man is that I think about sex every 7 seconds.
Right. Literally.
I do. I have a sexual thought every 7 seconds.
Yeah. Almost every argument we have is created by sex.
And it shouldn't be. It shouldn't be.
And that is why I have Friday plans.
Listen, any one of you, I have 92.7 followers are male on my page. Not one of them would complain about me or a woman in their lives having a sexual thought every 7 seconds.
Go there and request the Diana plan. It's sex 9.1. Oh, my Lord. That's funny shit right there. But I'll tell you, this stuff, it's a lot of fun. And listen, I'm 58 years old. So, things start to change as you get older. Please. Give me a fucking break. You can't even go there with me with that one. You know what?
This is what's awesome about being a woman. We suffer our whole lives with bleeding and all this other crap that comes along with it. But you know what we don't have to worry about? Getting a hard on.
I don't have a problem in that department.
Well, you know what I'm saying.
But you just said that like I do.
Men in general, we don't have to worry about that. We're just ready, unless you're a frigid bitch.
Well, there are some frigid bitches out there.
All right. So what else is on our talk plan here?
Well, the guppy, Lori Lightfoot's pissed off. Oh, this Venmo charging tax.
Yeah.
So Venmo is a PayPal company. PayPal bought Venmo. And the government got involved. And I talked about this on a show about a year and a half ago, about how the government was getting involved. Going after PayPal was where their starting point was, to start reporting people's transactions to the federal government. So... Di's kids, they're like, hey, they'll
front me a 20,
send
Mom.
me 20. I need $100. Ryan wanted a skateboard. I Venmo it back. So you sent him some money. He actually texted me first and says, hey, I need some money, but I was sleeping. So he gets Di. Di sends him the money. When he gets his paycheck, he sends the money back to Di, and he puts stuff. But there's also a button that says, what is it?
Protection plan.
Oh, yeah, purchase protection. Now, he's 17. He thinks it's protecting his money he's sending back to his mom.
Because it's a new
feature on Venmo.
Yeah,
It's brand new. And
I think he did it on accident because we've sent Venmo back and forth, but he got whatever happened. He hit it. So Venmo says that he hit it. But because he did that, but what they said to me was because he categorized the return of money to me as stuff that they depicted it as a goods and service transaction, which is now taxable. Where you pay a fee. I don't know what it is. It's not a huge amount, but
it's like 1.5%.
It's ridiculous.
Or something
It's ridiculous because of the way you categorize something, and then, like I said, you have what we found out from Venmo is that you have to actually hit that purchase protection plan little button. But come on, man, that's just.
I think he just
ridiculous.
saw it and he thought he was protecting your money.
Right.
You get it, right? So he hits the button. He's 17. What does he know about purchase protection plans? He's trying to get through high school and get laid. So,
but they refunded it in the end of in the long scheme of things. We explained to them, and it was like, I don't know, a couple bucks, but they refunded it back. Just be careful out there that they're doing this now, and don't hit that little button that's underneath when you go to pay, and it says purchase protection plan. It's ridiculous unless you're using it with someone that you don't know. That's where you want to protect it for a few bucks. But if you're doing it between friends and family that you do know and trust, you don't need that.
Well, here's the thing. I use Venmo for everything. All the money goes into Venmo, and then I have 4 bank accounts, and it gets distributed accordingly, right? So one's an investment account. I have a Robinhood account, and then I have 2 other bank accounts plus my Venmo. And Venmo, you can have a business account with. It's a checking account. It's the same thing through PayPal. I do not do brick and mortar banking anymore. I haven't in years. There's no fees. I have no banking fees. You can't overdraw a digital account. But the problem is the federal government, the global government, the global financial government is trying to get in all your business. So unless you're just going to do all business in cash, you really can't get away from dealing with it. But why deal with brick and mortar who charge you for checks? I haven't had a checkbook, I think, in 2 decades. I mean, can't remember the last time I wrote a check.
Well, there's no need for it anymore.
Oh, there's not. And
Well, that's why they don't like garage sales. They don't like when you go on Facebook and you do the marketplace, and then when
cash,
you
buy gold and silver.
and then when you and then when you sell something on Facebook Marketplace, it asks you, did you sell it off of Facebook, blah blah blah, or do you not want to respond? Never respond. Never tell them anything more than you don't need to. Unless they change the feature, there's no reason to let them know where you sold the item.
Oh, I forgot to say, Vernon, that was Hold On, the last song I played by Blockchain Coalition. Vernon Voss said, great song, great lyrics, great vocals, fucking dynamite. Great job, Tony Angle. Yeah, big fan of Blockchain Coalition, and I think we're going to see more great things from them. He said, Ron told me that they were already on another album. They're halfway into another record. So anyway...
It's awesome.
That being said, yeah, so just watch out. Keep your eyes open and don't take for granted and ignore these new banking policies that the government that this administration is really trying to push. It's fucking up the currency. If the American currency does not stay the global currency, the American dollar, people in this country are going to get poor overnight.
They're already going to go digital, they're talking. So, I mean, what are we going to do?
We need to stop it, and Trump will stop it. Because it's a bad idea. The global currency, the American currency, controls the global market. If you remove it, you're going to make every American poor overnight. You just watch. We'll talk about that on another show. It's 11:40. It's Mother's Day. I think people are sick of us.
I'm sick of you.
Tune in.
No, just kidding.
Tune in the 17th, Wednesday night, for my interview with Mike Gallus, my brother, drummer for Ara, live from Mike's Drum Shop. Tyler Holcomb will be there. We're going to do a live performance there, have a good time. New DAG album is in the works. It's literally fucking happening. I'm very excited about that. I want to thank Anthony Malchiotti and Stephen Mueller and Dino Manzella for helping me produce the show, and all the other people who contribute here, which you'll see in the credits. But before we say goodbye, I'd like to play a 1096 song since we were talking about Friday plans. Go to FridayPlans.com and get your dick card. So I thought, was that too much?
Thanks for tuning in and have a wonderful Mother's Day.
No, we're not closing yet. We're going to come back after the song.
Oh, we have to come back after a song?
Yeah, I got to go to the bathroom. Maybe take some Friday plans. This is
maybe
Humper.
depends.
This is apropos. This is 1096.
Diapers.
One of the
new
greatest,
sponsor.
One of the greatest Chicago bands ever. And this is their song, Humper. We'll be right back.
So far
And we are back here on the DAG Show. And, I want to say something to you.
Oh, you do?
Yeah. I do, because, I don't want to say that you
Why are you
brought-
stuttering? You sound like Biden.
Look,
Kidding.
when you first came on the show, it was you were so awkward and obviously so beautiful. Everybody went, what the fuck? Who is this with DAG, right?
Kind of like an ostrich.
And
What
Eric
kind
was
of?
on the show with me. Yes, you were like an ostrich, and you didn't talk a lot. You did this whole kind of looking pretty thing, and there's nothing wrong with that.
Well, that's
but
because you said, "Go get sexy. Get the sexiest you could
never
possibly be.
fucking
Get
said
sexy."
that. Stop that. I let you be you, and I think I've always been supportive of that. I'm not a person who likes to hold people back from being what they feel they are. But I got to tell you, you have contributed a lot to the show. You've been a big part of not only our public persona, good, bad, or indifferent, because there's been a lot of shitty things that have gone on with the DAG Show because of this relationship, and there's a lot of great things that have happened because of this for the DAG Show because of this relationship. So there's been this yin and yang. Our relationship has created a lot of controversy because our life has been very public. I want to say thank you for everything you've brought to the DAG Show. I think I was having a conversation with somebody you know very well the other day, and they're like, we're always pulling for you and Di. Di brings something special to the DAG Show, and we want to see you and Di continue and grow the DAG Show. And Dino's working very hard on that, and Anthony's working hard on that. Steven's been working hard on that, and so is everybody else, trying to make sure they feed us good content. And honestly, for all you who feed us content, you're really taking a risk making sure that, one, I'm paying attention to it, and two, that I can convey the message properly. But we're really, really technologically working hard. This is our building year. This is our big, big building year. And next year is going to be our money year with the DAG Show. We really believe that. There are so many people becoming involved with the DAG Show on the periphery that I'm very excited about where we're going to go as this year progresses. But you brought a lot to the show. You mean a lot to me. I fought very hard for us to keep the show going and to keep us together. And I'm glad you're here. And I love you to pieces. And I think everybody who knows me knows how I feel about you. You're a pretty remarkable pain in the ass.
Thank you. I already know all that, but no, thank you. I appreciate that.
Wow.
I really do. I appreciate that more than you'll ever know. Because I don't really know how to express all my feelings that I have, but I have a lot of them. And what a lot of people we struggle with is being in the public eye that we are, and just to say this, I love you too with all my heart. I always have since we met. But it's very difficult to sustain this type of show. I'm learning a lot more every day. I'm still growing and learning, but it's different when you just come and go in someone's life and you're a part of a production of anything, and then you go home to someone else. I'm in this relationship, and it makes it difficult for me when I am an emotional person with, I think I wear my heart on my sleeve, and everyone knows that. And I'd like to stay as positive and loving as I possibly can. And it's a difficult thing for me to separate the two when there is any kind of, change and anything that comes at us. So it's a reflection of how I feel. And sometimes I take it out on a lot of things that are happening, like the show and stuff. And I don't mean to.
Well, this also.
I do not have ill will in my heart for anything. But I just want that out there, that I'm so on board with this. I've always loved this. And again, it's hard for me to differentiate between personal and business, and I'm learning, and I hope that.
It's struggles. Listen,
yeah.
When we go out, especially when we go to clubs at nighttime, we get pulled in several different directions. And there's always guys who are infatuated with Di, and there's always guys and women who are like, love your words, Dag. Thanks for sticking up for America, you know, and sticking up for rock and roll. The reasons that she gets adulation are very different most of the time than the reasons I get adulation, why people want to meet me, why people want to meet Di. And it can be a very uncomfortable and sometimes scary situation out in public. And we're literally just small, you know, mini celebrities here in the Chicago area. Although, you know, I think if we ventured out, we got a lot of followers in California, in Arizona, in Florida, in Texas, in Nashville.
I have a lot in India and overseas.
Well, you got a lot in India. They're not following me so much, but I have fans that have been following me a long time in Australia, in England, in Japan, and Germany. So, but I don't live in those places. When we go out here in Chicago, sometimes it can be a little daunting. I mean, and I've said this before, and I'm not trying to brag. It's just a fact. I mean, sometimes going to the grocery store or the gas station can be uncomfortable. If one person just approaches you, hey, you're Dag from the DAG Show. Oh, you're Dag and Di from the DAG Show. Oh, you're Di. You know, and you're in your fucking sweatpants. You know.
Again, there's a lot of shows out there that there's not a personal tie in a relationship. It's a struggle, like you said. It's hard.
It's hard for you, and it's
hard for you too a lot. So let's be honest.
No, it's because I think that a lot of people have, you know, they have a perception of what it is we're about. Like, I mean, I've literally had people go, you guys are swingers, aren't you? And no, we're not swingers. Believe it or not, we're very private.
The
we're
things
very
that I
intimate
hear would
between
spin
us.
your head. It's not easy.
But a lot of that because you have put up so many provocative pictures over the years, you know, supporting the show and supporting yourself and being you, that I think people get the wrong idea sometimes and think that maybe you're, you know.
Well, you have to. Let's not be hypocritical here.
No, but I'm a
you
guy.
You put
but
up
the way
a lot of controversial
Yeah.
posts and
Well,
pictures of me too.
That's
But
part of. Listen, that is
nothing. There's nothing. You
how
can
we've
you can go
marketed
to the
the show.
beach and see more, or Google anything and see more than what has been up about me. But until you personally know me, and I'm far from any of
Jennifer
those
Aniston,
ridiculous
probably one of
things.
the most beautiful women on the planet in entertainment, has put up a lot of provocative pictures of herself, but she's surrounded by security when she goes out.
Well, Ozzy Osbourne just posted a pic of him grabbing Sharon's boob in a promo.
Okay, but they're 70.
That's my point.
No.
I mean, my point is, you know what? If I did it, it'd be like, you know, I get backlash and all that, but I get a lot of the male love from it. Yes, but again, let's just stop beating this dead horse. It's a very difficult thing that a lot of people don't realize to manage a personal and a business relationship all in one.
Yeah.
So.
No,
And
you're 100% right.
It's public too. That even makes it harder. So anyway, are we going to close this? We're going to wrap this up.
Yeah, we're going to wrap this up. Listen, I want to say thank you to Blockchain Coalition. We played Hold On today, 1096. We played Humper. We played Monster by Seventh Heaven. And Fuck It by Death Pop Radio. All great Chicago bands. Get out, see these guys. Next week, Blockchain Coalition. Hold on. Did I put their promo up here? I think I got their promo. I stored it. Yeah. Next week, it's Sundance Saloon. Blockchain Coalition will be there with Anthem at Sundance Saloon. So get your butts out there and see them. Blockchain Coalition, Tony Engel, Ron Thomas, one of my best friends in the whole fucking world.
Mention the DAG Show and you'll get a 10% off all your liquor
You
and
will
food.
not get any of that at Sundance Saloon. Mentioning me might get you charged double over there.
Or thrown out.
Or thrown out. They might go, you followed DAG, you're not allowed in. But get out there and see these guys. Support Chicago support music across the country for all my followers around the country, and I'm looking forward to seeing all these views in the next week. I know I'm really sorry that people are not getting notifications on the show till 3-4 days later, but remember, you can always replay it. Go to thedagshow.com Tomorrow you'll be able to see this video. Well, probably tonight you'll be able to see this video under the DAG shows.
And some porn if you're interested. There could be porn on there for,
And also go to the DAG Swag page. When you buy something on the DAG Show page, you're supporting the DAG Show. We have new wireless mic systems coming. We have a new soundboard given to us by Ron Thomas. And the things we need to buy to go live, to take this out and do events. This is part of the big building year for the DAG Show. You're supporting the show. You get T-shirts, get coffee mugs. Get out there. Show your support. We need the help. I've been funding this thing by myself for 10 years. It's time we need help to really grow it.
No.
And,
not by yourself.
Funding this?
Yeah, I have funded a lot of this. Thank you very much.
And all this equipment?
No, not all this equipment. There's a lot of equipment. A lot of mics and
anyway,
stuff. Yeah.
We need help.
Yeah.
And when you buy a coffee mug, you buy a T-shirt, we have a lot of new stuff that's going up on the website that you can purchase. So go to thedagshow.com, go to DAG Swag, and get involved and be part of it. And if you have cool ideas for T-shirts, or you see a cool T-shirt, or you have an idea, send us. We'll cut you in on the deal. Send us your slogans. We'll put them up. We'll make them part of the DAG Show. And let's send a great, great message. And let's save America. And
Just be good, man. Just treat other people like you want to be treated.
Absolutely. Have a great Mother's Day.
And be a patriot and a good American. And, have a wonderful Mother's Day.
We would love to see you guys out when we go out to these events. We're going to start more events we go out to. We're going to start announcing, even if we're just out having fun, to support the music scene and as well to meet you guys. So and events that we do, more events that are coming in this summer as festival season starts to help with some of the club owners. We're working on some events, and we'll announce them as they come. We will be doing live in the clubs when clubs need to get people in there because it's festival season. Come on out and see us and say hello. You can get some DAG swag, get some autographed pictures, and have some fun with us. We love you all, every single one of you who pay attention to us, every one of you who contribute to what I've been doing here, and Di has now been a part of for the last 4 years. I've been doing for 10 here and on radio since 1996. You mean the world to me. It's been amazing.
You're so funny.
We're going to let you guys go. You have a great Mother's Day. Love the people who spawned you. Congratulations to all you birthing people. I'm the DAG. This is Lady Di. Thanks for joining us here on the DAG Show. And we'll see you next time.
Peace. We love you.